Hi everyone, my name is Paula McElraith. I am the Textiles Membership Manager for UKFT, and today we are here with Jimmy Campbell, who's the MD for Halley Stevensons as part of UKFT's British Textile Week. The anchor of our chat today with Jimmy is talking around textile innovation. Halley Stevensons, for you who do know them and those who do not, specialise in the wax cotton weatherproof apparel and at the forefront of innovation in their business, driving new developments in product and fabrication for their customers. We invited Jimmy. Personally, I wanted to invite Jimmy along today to discuss with him about the Halley Stevensons business and their forward strategy for the future. So Jimmy, thank you so much for joining me today. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Paul.
No bother, thank you so much. So I just wanted to open up to everyone who's going to watch this and let them know who you are. I just thought I'd begin with talking about innovation. Having met yourself back in November when I joined UKFT, hearing about your advancements in machinery and development for the future and seeing your production floor was really exciting. So I just thought I could bring that live to the wider textile sector in the UK and globally. So just to begin with, Jimmy, I thought it'd be great just to chat around a brief introduction to your business and where the journey for Halley Stevensons around innovation and sustainability started.
So Francis Stevenson was formed in 1864, starting life as a jute weaver. At that time, Dundee was the jute capital of the world. There was many mills around in Dundee. However, the difference for Francis Stevenson was that it quickly evolved into dyeing and finishing, and by 1910 had been awarded a UK patent for cleaning and weatherproofing fabrics. That technique was used by the UK Army for covers and tarpaulins for many years, and it really started our journey into fabric dyeing, finishing. And by the early 1980s, the business joined up with George Halley's, who was a dyer in Kirkcaldy, to form Halley Stevensons. These days, as you said, we're known as makers of weather-resistant outerwear and luggage canvas fabrics, and we specialise in wax cottons.
That's brilliant, Jimmy. Thanks very much. So, Jimmy, I just want to begin by congratulating you on your Drapers Online Fashion Award for Fashion Supplier of the Year 2021. And for those of you who haven't seen that on the public platform of social media, Halley Stevensons were awarded this for recognition of continual improvement and innovation in textiles, which is a great achievement. Congratulations, Jimmy. And just wanted to ask, what does it mean to you and your business to receive the award, and what are your plans for the future following that?
Yeah, it's obviously a great honour to be awarded the UK Fashion Supplier of the Year by Drapers. It's especially nice to receive it for innovation, and I think it shows how far the business has come over the years.
Absolutely.
Successful businesses, good people in them, and I think the award has been a great recognition of everybody's efforts within the company.
That's fantastic.
I think we're going to go back next year. I'm not quite sure what category we're going to go for yet.
I'm sure you'll do well no matter what you do. And I do agree, the people that you have in your business, having met a group of them in November, yes, they're a fantastic bunch of people, and I know how proud you are of them as well. So just moving on to investments in your business, having met with you in November, you were talking about the investment in technology to advance textile innovation and fabric development. So can you tell me in the wider community listening today a little bit more about your innovation for the future around fabric and wax development? Yeah,
so there's a lot of things going on here, as there always is. I think in terms of technology and machinery is going to take us in a different direction. We've just invested in the latest coating equipment, and we see this being key to certain types of fabric finishes that we want to offer in the future. That in combination with all our other finishing techniques, I think is going to open up a big kind of area of product development for us. We're always working on new things. Some of the other things we're working on are kind of covered by NDAs, so they're kind of difficult to talk about at this stage. But it's like I say, it's kind of what we do.
I think that's what I particularly enjoy talking to you, Jimmy, and also the wider team on a development basis, is how you're always looking at the new advancements and different processes of managing new wax treatments for the future and sustainable and innovative practices around that. And it's great news to hear that you're upgrading your manufacturing floor to enable your team to have that development scope for the future and drive more innovation for your customers. It's great news. So in terms of your wax, I know you can't tell us a bit too much in detail with the NDAs around that, but you just recently launched your Everwax finish. Can you tell us a bit more about that and where your wax development's going for the future?
Yeah, so Everwax is really an umbrella brand that we brought out last year to sort of showcase products that we're developing that are trying to repurpose waste materials through the food industry and plastic industries. Mm. The first product, Everwax Olive, uses triglyceride waste oil from olive oil production as its key component. We blend up a little bit of rapeseed from Northern Europe and a bit of castor bean from India. Castor bean seen as one of these kind of revolutionary crops. It doesn't need any pesticides or water to grow it. And a combination of the three work very well to replicate the kind of petroleum blends that we also work with. The next product that we brought out is Everwax Vintage Dry Desert. There's three options there, and that is taking wax, 20% of wax that we've generated from post-consumer plastic waste. So we could put the plastic through a chemical process called pyrolysis, which is really taking heat to break down plastics into waxes. So effectively taking something that's non-biodegradable and converting it into something that offers protection and is biodegradable, having therefore an end-of-life strategy.
Yeah, that's just amazing. I think that's where everyone's minds are just now as well, Jimmy, isn't it? How you can look at using post-consumer waste to drive innovation. Whether it be in finishing or fabric or textiles or yarn, it seems to be something that's the buzzwords in front of everyone's strategy for the future. So it's great to see you're already on that path. I know personally sustainability is at the heart of your business. So I just wanted to ask if you can share any investments that you've made as a company to improve sustainable practices in manufacturing.
Yeah, I mean, our aim is to supply good quality fabrics that last a long time, using minimum amounts of energy and waste. That's kind of what we're trying to do. We buy good grade cottons. We see that as essential to save time and energy in the manufacturing process. So you don't need to bleach or mercerize cottons if you buy a good one. Mm-hmm. Our fabrics are predominantly from the US. We buy a little bit of Australian cotton, and our organic cottons come from India. And we're registered under the organic content standard OCS.
And you just had your recent Bluesign certification as well.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah.
Tell us a bit about that, Jimmy.
So Bluesign, we went down the route of trying to put Bluesign in about a year ago. We eventually got that at the tail end of last year, and we see it as a tool that we're going to use to drive our continual improvement and partner with like-minded brands and suppliers. So it was an obvious kind of choice for us because most of our suppliers are already Bluesign, and some of our customers were becoming Bluesign, and it's just a way of kind of formalizing what we were doing anyway. Yeah,
it's great, and I think that leads on to my next point as well, with rising energy costs and everyone working towards the roadmap towards net zero for the future with all the new changes in the textile sector. I just wanted to ask you, are there any challenges you're facing as a business on this roadmap to reduction of energy and the net zero footpath?
Yeah, massive increases in energy costs, raw material costs. Cotton is trading very high, especially organic cotton. The way we're going about trying to counteract that is to upgrade our plant machinery. So for instance, we've renewed all areas of the business, including dyeing and finishing, with new equipment in the last 3 years. The latest two bits of equipment that we're putting in just now is a Cochrane boiler and a Mumford stenter. And between those two bits of kit that utilize the new kind of high efficiency burner systems, we think we'll save about 35% on our gas in 2022 going forward.
Yeah, I think it's small steps, isn't it? Because every business is unique to finding their own roadmap towards this goal of net zero, and it's great to hear that you're already making those steps within your manufacturing processes to do so.
Yeah, and I think that's the key is you understand your own business, and nobody understands it better than you. And we have a good team of people here, like I say, and from engineering all the way through to production, who understand ways that we can do things better, and we have a plan for that.
Oh, it's brilliant. Thanks so much, Jimmy. And I think just to finalise and before we go, again, it's just a short interview with yourself. So where do you see Halley Stevensons in the next 5 years?
That's a good question. We have a 5-year plan, which we use as sort of for a structure for a long-term direction for the business. Having said that, flexibility and adaptability are extremely important in textiles, and I think we're quite good at that. So I think in combination between having a long-term plan and having that adaptability to change to things that opportunities and threats that can come on you unexpectedly is where we're going. I don't think we want to change too much. We're quite happy with the direction we're going in. So it's more a case of kind of keeping doing what we do.
That sounds great. Momentum for the future, Jimmy. That's what it's all about in the textile industry.
You're right.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. It's an absolute honour of ours at UKFT to have you to be present and have an interview with you on behalf of our British Textile Week event. And yes, I will look forward to seeing you in the next few months once restrictions lift. Thanks, Jimmy.
Okay.
Thank
Thanks, Paula.
you.